Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. I go by the username Be More Creative both here on Flosstube and on Instagram. So, different background. I am back at home. I'm in France currently. By the time that you see this video, I will actually be back in the UK. So I've had just over a week and a half at home and I've absolutely loved it. I'm filming this video a little bit earlier. We're currently Friday the 7th, so it is the bank holiday Friday, but as on Sunday I'm leaving, I wanted to spend Saturday just chilling and spending time with my family. So I'm going to film, hopefully edit this video while my dad is currently cutting the grass and my mum is at work. So hopefully by the time that they're both finished, I will be finished with all the floss tubes, so you guys have a floss tube and then I can spend the last of the time with my family. My sister is currently out in the other room, hopefully keeping the dogs quiet. So my parents have two German Shepherds. I absolutely love them both. I will try and insert a photo here. My sister got a really nice one of the two of them together. So we have one, the older one, who is Cliff. He's actually the smaller of the two. He's the longer haired German Shepherd. He's actually a rescue German Shepherd, so he's terrified of the camera. So trying to get a photo of him is a nightmare. The other one, I'm pointing up here, as hopefully the photo's up here, is Sheba, and we've had her since she's a puppy. She's my dad's puppy. She's currently barking, and she is absolutely gorgeous. She is a handful. She's very lively, very energetic, but so lovable at the same time. So I will actually have a couple of photos of her somewhere on the screen, because with her we can take as many photos as we want. She is not scared of anything. So I'm going to try and keep this video short and sweet because I don't want you to have to listen to the dogs barking, because with my dad being outside, the puppy, well, she's no longer a puppy, she's like a year and a bit old, a year and like 4 months or something, 5 months, but she's still going to be barking. My dad has now come to the back of the house to mow the grass, so hopefully this isn't too loud, but this is what it's like. You get either the students' noises when I'm back at the school or everyday noise when I'm here, but let's just jump in. So I do have a couple of finishes to show you. I did manage to get 3 projects finished. Now they're all small, but I haven't actually been stitching too much while I'm here, so I'm just going to use this bright orange notebook because there is nothing else. So this is Caterpillar Cross Stitch Bakery. This was the piece that I did and that was recently released for the virtual stitching, so you should be able to get this in a month or so on their website as their PDF. I absolutely love stitching this one. This was so easy, so much fun, and I really do recommend their virtual evening. So I was with Carla on the last one. Absolutely love it. The group that I was in, I've had groups where I've done no stitching and we're just chatting, and then I've had the last group where everyone was stitching, like really like motivating everyone to carry on stitching, and we got so much stitching done. It was amazing. So I got all of the top portion here stitched. During that, I managed to stitch the rest of it when I was in the hotel before I came to France. So absolutely love this piece. I finish all of mine, well, I will be finishing the whole series as little flat folds, so this will be added to the little village. I don't have a picture of the village at the moment. I need to get onto that. I just don't seem to be taking photographs at the moment. The next finish I have is, the next 2 are Christmas. I don't know why I started stitching Christmas, but I did. A hands-on design Luminaria Lane. So this is from the, I think it's called the White Christmas. Yeah, the White Christmas series. There's, I think, about 8 in the collection. There's 2 that one I'm definitely not stitching, which is Reindeer Games. That's not my kind of style. But most of the others in the series I absolutely love, and I will be stitching these. I've decided this is going to be what I put up in the office this year. So I've had gingerbread for the past 2 years. So really since I've been stitching, so 2 years of gingerbread, and then this year we're going to go this kind of gorgeous blues for White Christmas. So I have stitched this on 16 count, I want to say it's golden, let me just check, a 16 count French Country Golden Ada, which is by Permin. and it's stitched with the called for colours except for one, which I had to substitute for the DMC because I didn't have the colour. But absolutely gorgeous. It's a bit difficult to see in this light, if you can see, but that is gorgeous. So this series is what I will be stitching this year to be my Christmas tree ornaments in my office, and then I think the gingerbread will be coming back to my room because I need some decorations for my room as well. So the next one I finished, and this was a SAF. This was a start and finish, and this is Mrs. Claus Cookies by Stitching with the Housewives. This pattern came out I think in 2020, so a couple of years ago, and it was the last one in that collection of Holiday with the Housewives that I haven't stitched. So I have stitched this on 16 count chalkboard Ada from Permin again. Oops, sorry. And I absolutely love how this one has turned out. Really, really cute. And as always, I use the same DMC. Now I do want to, sorry, wobbled the camera. I do want to say I'm really sorry. I know there are 3 comments on my last video, but every time I go into the YouTube studio so I can try and comment on those comments, it's saying to me I don't have comments. When I try and go through the YouTube video, it says I have 3 comments, but it won't let me comment back. So I really do apologize. I do try and respond to comments on here as much as possible. I don't know what is happening with YouTube. As soon as I can, I have emailed YouTube to ask them, like, how can I fix this? I will comment back on those. So I really am sorry that I haven't commented back on those. But I did have someone who, I believe she commented, but then she reached out to me on Instagram and she wanted to know the colours. So I did DM her back with the colours. Now, all of my gingerbread I do in the same colour format, so not every single one is used, but I thought I'd quickly just run through the DMC colours that I use. So I have a set in the UK and I now have a set in France because I'll be leaving this one here, of the gingerbread colours I use. Now I use this for most of my Christmas. I'm actually going to end up with 2 colourways. This will be anything gingerbread, red, white and green, like true Christmas colours, and that is DMC 310, B5200, 3865. This is my favourite one for the gingerbread. I did actually, on this one, I started with the B5200 forgetting that I wanted to use 3865. So the B5200 I have used on the top bowl there, and the 3865 I've used for the icing on the gingerbread and the little Christmas cookie there. So 3865, I use a lot of this. 950, which is just the skin, it's a pale skin tone. I also use it for the pale pinks. 553, 841, 434, which is my favourite gingerbread brown, and then for the darker parts I use 433. Once again, on this pattern I used the 433, but I generally use the 434. It just depends on which one I pick, but either look fine. 3712, which is what I use for the rosy cheeks. 498, which is a darker pink. 321, which I think is my favourite DMC red. I use this on everything. 320, which is my lighter green. 895 is my darker green. 927, which is like the light blue, but like the rainy kind of blue colour. And then my bright blue is 597. So as I said, I don't use those on every single one because certain charts only call for 3 or 4 colours. But out of all of them, if I've got a gingerbread pattern, these are the colours that I change it to. So I've put in a couple of extras. I don't think I've actually used 498 very much. I think I used it on one pattern, but I do like the fact that I've got a dark pink as well as a red, so I can change up. I think for my Shannon Christine designs that is going to come in useful. The blues I've used on a couple, but not many. But it's just nice to have one ring. These are the DMCs I go to, and all I do is I look at the chart. So we know Stitching with Housewives, they call for a lot of, they stitch with classic colourworks. Now they do give you a DMC conversion. I have noticed the DMC conversion sometimes does change, so Ribbon Red has got a couple of different reds. All I do is red, okay, I'm going to use 321. My browns, I know I've got the two options of browns depending on what I'm stitching on or what I want them to look like here. I really wanted a difference between the light brown around the edge of the cookie. I use 841 and so on, so on. So that is just my master set of Christmas colours. So I really do love the classical Christmas colours, the red, the green, the white, the gold as well. I don't have gold in this because I haven't stitched with gold, but I would probably use the DMC Diamante, I'm not sure what it's called. But yeah, so that is my master set. So I now have one here, one in the UK, so I don't need to carry all of these DMCs with me each time. Now, as I said, I am changing things for the office this year. So the office is going to be, they want something different. A lot of them, they don't mind the gingerbread, they quite like it. But when we were talking this year, they wanted something a little bit different. So we're going to be changing up a little bit. And I think this this kind of winter Christmas is kind of neutral. I do like things when I'm displaying them near the students are always neutral. There's nothing religious about any of it. That's why I had gingerbread theme. Now we're going to go with like the snowy winter theme. I also think this is quite good because I can use some of these pieces afterwards. When I finish the Christmas stuff in the office and I take that down, I can put the pieces up on display in my room. So it's going to be a lot of snowman and a lot of things like that. So I do need to add colours into this. I especially need to add some white and some other colours, but these are the called for colours with the exception of the DMC 869 for the White Christmas series. So this series calls for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 colours, and that is all of the series. Not every single one uses every colour, but the same as my gingerbread, 11 colours. I think my gingerbread has 15, but 11 colours. I have the classic colourworks. I probably will find a DMC conversion for this because one, I've heard classic colourworks is going to be a little bit harder to get hold of because they are having a bit of an issue with their die lot. Whether that means all of the colours are going to be difficult to get hold of or just some of them, but also using classic colourworks for a lot of my Christmas is going to be quite expensive. So I do want to find a DMC alternative to that and maybe just use a couple of the classic colourworks, the ones that have got real nice variegation too. But I am going to be converting some of my other charts that are ones that I think would go along with that theme. So like Waiting for Christmas from, I'm not sure if it's Country Cottage Needleworks or Little House Needleworks. I always get those two mixed up, but Waiting for Christmas or Waiting for Santa, I think it's called. It's the house with the girl, the boy and the little dog in the window. That one I'm definitely going to convert to that colorway because I think that will look really, really cute in that colorway. I do want to stitch, there's a couple of snowman patterns that I love. So this year in the office, we're going to be doing snowman theme. So I've got a lot of gingerbread stuff. I now need to get working on some snowman pieces. So that will be good because I can also use those and take those and use those in my room afterwards. So I can actually have some winter decor because I only have Christmas at the moment. And I will be using the 18 count golden permin for a lot of those pieces. I like the fabrics to match. So a lot of my gingerbread are all on black. Well, not black, it's chalkboard black Ada, so by permin. So it's a little bit, it's not black, it's the grey black, but I really do like that. So I've been rambling on. The next piece I have is a whip, and this is a whip that's kind of inactive now. So I'm going to be leaving this piece here and I'll be picking it back up in the summer because I have a very busy couple of months with the students' exams coming up, and this piece really needs time and dedication to it, and that is my Dark Queen of the Earth Cell. and I am incredibly far behind in this. I finished recently on my holidays part 2, which is the sides of the skirt. I've also done the back stitch here. And I'm stitching this on the Under the Seas Gilded Oak fabric. I absolutely love this. This is a 28 count Lugana, I believe. 28 count Lugana, absolutely stunning. I love the way it looks, but this piece, one, I need really good light for, and on my days off in the next couple of months it's going to be quite busy, especially because I've got change of days off and things like that because it's exams. So this piece will be left here, and I will pick it up in the summer. I've had a lot of questions about my bag for this. I'm using a Bags Plus. I got it off Etsy, so it's got like a huge pocket at the back where I keep the beads and any extra threads and the, some of the pattern that I've printed. And then in the front it's got all the floss bobbins, so I've bobbinated all of the thread, the DMCs that I need for this. So that one, I really enjoyed stitching it. I have struggled with that piece just because I got so far behind. As I said, it's one that I really need to concentrate on, and it's a large piece of fabric, so I have struggled a little bit with that one. The next one is an active whip, and I was trying to get this one finished before I filmed this, but unfortunately no way that was going to be done. This is another gingerbread piece. I said I wasn't going to decorate with gingerbread, but I love stitching gingerbread. I love the gingerbread for Christmas, so I'm glad that I get to display it in my room. This is a Dapper Doodads from the Stitching with the Housewives called Baking Spirits Bright. Once again, I'm using all of my colours that I use, and I am stitching this on the 16 count chalkboard black Ada, as I do with all of my gingerbread pieces. And I've got quite far in this. I need to finish the gingerbread and the little rolling pin even, and the word bright at the bottom. But I love how they've designed this one with the shadow drop. I'm not sure if you can see there the white and the red. You can probably see the brown a lot easier, the brown with the white shadow. Absolutely love how they've done the shadow on these pieces. I am also stitching in the Nerge hoops. There are 4 sizes in the set. One I left back in the UK. I don't know why, because that one would have been really useful. I'm going to be leaving these ones here, and I've already ordered myself another set to have in the UK because I have loved stitching with these. Now this one I've left on for a couple of days because I know it is on a part of the stitch, it's on a part of the fabric I'm not going to use. This is going to be finished with like very to little no border, so there's no issue with that. But if you do leave them on, it is a nightmare to get the hoop mark out, the same as it is with a normal hoop. That's why I didn't like the hoops. But if you take these on straight after stitching, I don't have them super tight. I do like, you can have them tight, but I like a little bit of flexibility in my fabric, so that way I can move the fabric around if I'm struggling to get the needle through. So for me, it's not an issue. I haven't had an issue with hoop marks and things like that. So, and I stitched my Dark Queen of the Earth Sow in one of them, and you can vaguely see, I haven't ironed this at all, so you can vaguely see only in one part, which is just here, the line of the Nerge hoop. Everything else you can't see. When that is ironed, I'm sure that will disappear without any issues whatsoever. And this is a very soft fabric, so anything that you put this in, even my Q-snap leaves small marks on here, but it's not a problem, it all irons out. So at the moment I'm loving the Nerge hoops enough that I've actually already ordered a set to have in the UK, because I don't want to be carrying things backwards and forwards to the UK. I'm over here quite a lot visiting family, and when I am here I do like to try and stitch. It is my stitchy time normally. Doggies have been a bit of a distraction this time, but oh well. So I will be leaving this set here, and I will bring over the bigger hoop that goes with it. And then I will have a set here and a set in the UK, the same as like my gingerbread threads, things like that. Things I use all the time, I keep here. I keep some 16 count black chalkboard Ada here. I keep my, I keep a cut of the Permin Country French Gold here because I use that all the time. So I'm not sure if I have anything else to say. I don't know. I'm looking around to see if I have anything. I have I have signed up for the Fibre on a Whim Patchwork Rabbit Club. I think I got the 18th. I definitely got a fat 8th. But I don't know if I got the 18th or the 20 count. I think I got 18 count because I thought that was in the middle of my sizes. I love stitching on 16, 18 or 20 count. So I thought if I go for 18, I get the best of both worlds. It's kind of in the middle. So I absolutely love that. So I've signed up for that. I have also been a little bit naughty. I have got a ton of fabric, but I found that I have a lot of 16 count and I have a lot of 20 count, but I don't have a lot of 18 count or 14 count. 14 count I barely stitch on, so I only picked up one piece of 14 count. I think the rest is 16, 18 and 20 count. From 123 Stitch, I picked up a couple of the Picture This Plus pieces because I've got some pieces for people's Christmas presents that I want to work on. I also, on Peakside Needleworks the other day, should not have gone on, found some Fortnite fabric. I've never tried their fabric, so I wanted to try that. I got some Fibre on the Whim coming because I wanted to try Fibre on the Whim. I've now signed up for the club before even trying it, but so many people were like, you're going to love it. It's so nice to stitch on. I thought, you know what? Let's just do it. It's neutrals, which are always useful for something. So yes, so I will now be back on the bandwagon of the no spend. I did work out the other day that my balance is now, I'm still in the positives. Even though I've spent money, I'm still in the positives. I can't remember exactly how much. I think it's only by £5 now. But with these finishes as well, I am still doing really well. So even though I had a little bit of a naughty spend, I did de-stash a load of charts on Facebook Marketplace, absolutely tons. So that way I could, like, I wanted to de-stash stuff just because I knew I wasn't going to stitch it. So I did de-stash that, and I did order some stuff from the new releases from Market. I got quite a few pieces. I don't have any of that with me, so I will be showing that when I get back home. I don't think I'll do a whole video. I think I will just show it as and when I come up to stitching it. But I did manage to get the Brenda Gervais book. So I had the Easter Parade that I still need to stitch some bits out of, but I now have the winter one with the snowmen, so that's going to be good for my snowmen stitching. And I got the Valentine's Day one, and I got the stitching one. So I think I've got all of the ones from there that I really want to get at the moment. So all is looking really good. Now, I think I can hear my dad has finished mowing the grass, so I am going to wrap it up here. I'm surprised the dogs have been so well behaved, so I think I need to go and get them a treat for being so good. And I am going to leave it here for today. So thank you so much for watching. As I said, hopefully my YouTube comments are fixed so I can get back to answering comments on videos. I do apologise for that. I don't know what is happening. I've had a really rough time with YouTube, getting myself locked out. I don't know how I did that. Locking myself out, then getting access, and now I can't comment on people's comments. It also means I can't comment on people's videos. So yes, I haven't actually watched Flosstube this holiday. I need to really get back into Flosstube, so maybe that's what I'm going to ask you today. Leave me suggestions of who you like to follow on Flosstube, because I kind of feel like I've been out the loop. I haven't really watched Flosstube for about 2 months now, just because I've been so busy at work and I've been on a huge Netflix binge, but I really want to get back onto YouTube. So as I've got YouTube Premium, I can download some videos to watch on the plane ride back. So I will have a look this evening and see what I can find to download to watch on Sunday. But if you let me know who do you like to watch down below, so I can go and make sure I'm checking out on Flosstube videos and things like that. So thank you so much for watching, as always. I really do appreciate all the support, and I'm gonna head off. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye, happy stitching.